Hello friends, good morning! Welcome to Veggie Magnifique TV, your go-to for holistic wellness and a healthy vegan lifestyle. Thank you guys so much for being here. So today is an exciting day. I just started my third trimester of my vegan pregnancy and I'm feeling pretty good. You know, tired, but honestly, all things considered, I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm showing now, which is great, because, you know, it seems a little bit more believable that I'm actually pregnant because it took a long time for me to show. Anyway, today I have a vlog for you and we have a pretty fun day planned. I'm going to do a remote voiceover with Chanel in Paris, and then after that I thought I would make this recipe for delicious blueberry muffins that are vegan, of course, gluten-free as well as oil-free. It's a recipe I've been meaning to share with you for like months, several months, and so today we're gonna make those muffins. And then tonight I have my third trimester visit, the first of many, with my midwife. So I thought I would take you along. So welcome to the vlog. So first off, I'm making my pregnancy tea, which you guys know all about if you watched my last pregnancy vlog. I'll link it. And I pop it in the fridge to cool it down because it is so hot today. So I'm taking my vitamins. Some of these I take all the time, but then I also have a prenatal from Joel Furman. And at the moment, I am absolutely obsessed with watermelon and fruit in general. I cannot get enough. And I figure, well, that's what baby's craving, so I'm just going for it. So right when I get up, I have to eat some watermelon or some fresh fruit to just kind of get going. This is a new thing. This is a pregnancy thing. And as you know, I'm having a little bit less matcha than normal during my pregnancy, just kind of listening to my body. But I still really enjoy my little mini morning matcha. Creamy, frothy, greeny. And for breakfast, we are going to make a massive fruit salad. Surprise, surprise. I have a ripe papaya. Hooray! So that is the star of the show today. Of course, we have delicious mango, banana, and a little bit of leftover watermelon from before. And I just felt like doing a yogurt parfait because that's what I felt like doing. And this oat milk yogurt is my new delight. It's so creamy, so delicious. But let's talk about this forager for a second. Now, I love forager yogurt, but this particular one that's trying to be all proteiny is not very good. So I hadn't tried it before filming this, and then I was like, oh my gosh. So put it in smoothies, put it in recipes, but eating it plain is not very delicious. And on top, I added a little bit of the last bit of this Bare Naked granola, which is actually pretty good. It's got low sugar and it tastes like vanilla, crunchy, yummy. You can make your own granola, but if you need to buy one, this is a good one. Next up, I have a remote voiceover with Paris. Salut!
Ouais, tu vas bien, hein?
Ouais, très bien, et toi?
Bah super, ouais, te roule.
At the moment, I work almost exclusively with Paris, so we do them early and we do them remotely. You know, la vie est belle. And this is my voiceover studio, which you've seen in another vlog before. But my husband helped me to build it, and it's too legit to quit, man. I'm kind of excited about it.
Il est facile pour toi hein, d'avoir le même ton.
Ouais, c'est clair. Ouais, c'est clair.
C'est doux, c'est propre, c'est...
So I can't play you too much of it because it's confidential, but voila, we did a voiceover.
Was first discovered in 1961.
And we're feeling muffin-y. It is 90 degrees outside and inside. Such is my dedication to muffins, I've turned on the oven to 350. So let's get baking. So for this recipe, you will need oats, almond flour, tapioca flour, or you could use cornstarch if need be, some baking powder, fine sea salt, some maple syrup, vanilla extract, some cashews, and of course, some delectable frozen blueberries. So first, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then line a muffin tin with some muffin cups. So to a large bowl, we're going to start with the dry ingredients. First, we're going to add 2 cups of almond flour. And now we're going to make our oat flour. So you add a bunch of oats that looks like it equals about 1.5 cups to a blender. And we're going to pulse it to create a lovely oat flour. So you don't need to have oat flour on hand, you just need oatmeal. That looks pretty fine. Alright, you'll notice I have this awesome green rubber band here. That's because this is the blender for the non-garlic items, and the other one we have is for the garlic items. It's a little top trick, a little top trick for you to not get your smoothies to taste like garlic. If you make garlicky sauces in your blender, which I do. Okay. So now we need 1.5 cups of this flour. Voila, and then you can save this for next week when you make these muffins again. So, next up, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of tapioca starch or flour. Now, this is not too weird of an ingredient. You can get this at any grocery store, really. Voila. Alright, now we're gonna add some baking powder, of course. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So I'm a little ad hoc about baking, as you know, but that's because I think it should be accessible to everyone. Some people are overwhelmed by baking. Like, they're like, oh, I can't bake. And it's not true. You just have to go for it, you know? Just go for it. So this is my go for it recipe for you. Alright, so we've stirred this up. So we've stirred this a little bit, and then we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Perfect. These are the dry ingredients, right? This is the dry ingredient portion. And I believe in 1 bowl baking. Otherwise, too many dishes, ain't nobody got time for that. So now we're going to add our wet ingredients. And it's really good if you get lots of tapioca flour on your hand. It means you're a baker. All right, let's add our 11 tablespoons of maple syrup. All right, so count carefully here. 1. That's the dryer. 2. 11. Now you may be thinking, this is a lot of maple syrup. But the truth is, this is a muffin without refined sugar. We're using maple instead. So yeah, it's got to be a little sweet to be delicious. But maple syrup is obviously a better choice than white refined sugar. So next up, we're going to add some vanilla extract. 3 teaspoons. These are really vanilla-y and I love it. Okay, so now we're gonna make our cashew milk. Now don't be overwhelmed by the thought of cashew milk. Use the same blender. It's all going in the same spot anyway. And what we need is about 12 teaspoons of cashew milk, which is just under 1 cup, right? So just pour about, perfect, about that, about like almost 1 cup of cashews. And then we're going to add in just under 1 cup water. Then we're going to blend and make some thick cashew milk. Now we do not need to strain this. We don't need to make it perfect because it's all going in the muffin. And we have cashew milk. Now, if you want yours to be super uber creamy, like if you're using it in cereal, obviously you'd want to soak your cashews a little bit in some boiling water, unless you have a Vitamix, which we lost when we left Paris. But since this is not for cereal, this is for a baked good recipe, it doesn't matter. You don't have to soak them. And my blender is not, it's an okay blender. It's just not a Vitamix. Okay, so this is a creamy, delectable nectar, which is going to make your muffins fluffy and delicious. So let's pour that in. And now we're going to gently mix the mixture. All right, so we got a nice thick juicy batter here. Just make sure that all the floury bits are mixed in. Add more plant milk here. Guys, don't do as I do. Add a little bit more plant milk. That looks about right. Now, I'm going to add the star ingredient. I'm so hot. Our blueberries, which are delightfully cold and feel so good on my forehead. Now, there are two schools of thought. You can fold them in gently, or you can plop them into each muffin. And I generally do each muffin, just so I don't end up with purple muffins. So let's do that. You'll notice I have crazy vascularity right now. That is because I am pregnant. And so apparently there's an increase in blood flow. So if I look like I'm a muscle man, that is why. My husband is very jealous of my vascularity. Now you'll notice I'm not filling these up all the way, of course, because we're going to put some blueberries first. So let's put some blueberries. Now you can do these with your fingers. It'll just make your fingers blue, I'm just warning you. I'm probably gonna end up with blue fingers whether I like it or not, so I'm just gonna accept it. Go with the flow here. Okay, now we're gonna cover up our inner blueberries with some batter. That's too much. Don't put that much. And I left a little bit of blueberries so that I can pop some on the top for aesthetic appeal. If you don't make a mess, you're not baking. So let's add the final blueberries. I'm just gonna accept the blue fingers. That's what we're working with, blue fingers. Okay, perfect. Give it a little shake. They look a little clumpy, but they're gonna be good. They're gonna be delicious. Okay, so let's pop these in the oven for 20 minutes. Now for the final taste. So these are oil-free, which means you might not want to add butter if you're doing an oil-free, but if you're not doing an oil-free, these will probably be pretty good with some butter. Vegan butter, obviously. We have a recipe for it. Okay, let's do it. Almondy. Vanilla-y. Very fluffy. So there you have it. How to make delicious, healthy, vegan, gluten-free, oil-free blueberry muffins. Good to go.
Yeah, I think she is already head down. Hold this down for me though, because I need to feel a little bit lower. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he is actually head down. Let me just set him to confirm. I'm gonna give you the long side. Okay, thank you.
My midwife is super fabulous and makes me feel like everything is going to be fine, which is a good thing.
So you're measuring 27 and a half, which is perfect. Perfect.
He's happy.
Yeah, he's happy.
He's saying hello.
And if you want to roll, so one thing I will tell you, it's like normal and great that he's head down at this point. Yeah, and not only that, but that he's facing your right hip. That's the most typical position, and it's, you know, the one we hope for.
Great.
But
good.
I mean, they can also be the other way, and it's okay.
Sure.
Type in 106 over 68.
So there you have it, guys. A little day in the life of my vegan pregnancy. Thank you so much for joining me and spending some time hanging out on my little corner of the internet. It means so much. And of course, if you make the blueberry muffin recipe, please tag me on social media at Vegemanifique so I can see your delicious creations. And if you're not subscribed yet to Vegemanifique, I'd be delighted if you join us. You just click the red button as well as the notification bell so that you actually hear about new videos. And of course, it always means the world when you like this video and leave a comment. I love reading your guys' comments. It shows me that you were here. Just brightens my day. And also, if you're not subscribed to the newsletter, there is a link down below that you can click so that you don't miss out on the secret newsletter club updates. Send you guys lots of love. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time on Vegemanifique. Bye!